We're here with Chef John Davies, our Persnickety chef who writes for both Cape May Magazine and CapeMay.com. And John's going to give us a cooking lesson today. What are we cooking up today, John?
We're going to make a fresh pomodoro sauce today.
Ooh, what's that?
This is a real quick tomato sauce as opposed to the long cook and simmer variety, also arguably known as gravy in some quarters. Pomodoro is a marriage of olive oil, garlic, tomatoes, and basil. It's about 5 ingredients. We're going to add a little salt and some peppers in there, but that's it. It's about the tomatoes. It's fresh. It's quick. It can be done start to finish in 15-20 minutes.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. We're going to start with a little extra virgin olive oil. We have that in our pan, and we're going to get that. This, because we're not cooking the sauce as long, we really want more olive oil than we would use in a long cooking sauce.
Oh, really?
Because it's going to help balance the fattiness of the olive oil, and the fruitiness is going to balance the acidity of the fresh tomatoes.
Wow.
So that's going to bring that into balance. And then we're going to add our garlic. You can use mince. You can finely chop it, a la the Goodfellas prison scene when they have it nice and cutting it with razor blades. But this is the beginning of any good sauce. It's garlic and olive oil. And we're just gonna, we want this over low heat. You never want a brown garlic. Brown garlic turns bitter.
Oh, really?
And we're just gonna bring this and cook it till the garlic starts to turn translucent. Once that happens, we have our diced fresh tomatoes. I didn't worry about seeding them, skinning them. The immersion blender will take care of that in a quick sauce. Use a combination of nice local Jerseys and Roma tomatoes or plums. Alternately, you can do the same thing with a quick sauce. It'll have a little bit more cooked out taste, but you can use canned tomatoes. There's no crime in using canned tomatoes in a tomato sauce. They are canned at the peak of the season, so they're going to be fresher than tomatoes outside of the 6 months of the year where tomatoes actually taste like a tomato.
But do you buy like Jersey canned?
When the Jersey can hit the market, absolutely.
Right.
Local tomatoes are always better, and Jersey tomatoes are the best in the world. So we have our garlic. We're going to add our tomatoes in here.
And just a word, the garlic, the heat, you had that like what, on a medium low?
On a medium low.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to cook this out.
And about how many tomatoes did you do? I think you said, but
about a dozen tomatoes.
With in combo between
in
plum
combo between them. You're going to use a few less of these. The nice local ones are going to give you a little bit more flavor. The Romas are going to give you depth. And we're going to let this cook out for a little bit.
How long, John?
About 10-15 minutes.
Great.
And at this point, you could also add it if you wanted a little Chianti, a little white wine, whatever you're drinking with at the time.
How are we doing with that sauce, Chef?
Oh, it's simmered 10 minutes.
Let's take a look.
It's looking real nice and bubbling in the pot. And that was no extra liquid. That's all the juices from the tomato. And we're ready to finish it.
And what does that require?
That requires, we're going to use a little hand immersion blender. This, you don't have to use a food mill. You don't have to put it in a blender anymore.
That's kind of a creamy texture.
It's going to have a creamier. That's from the olive oil in there.
Oh.
You can leave it as chunky as you would like. We're also going to add in some basil. You always want to add basil, fresh basil at the end of cooking.
Right, and that's why?
That is so it doesn't lose the oils or flavors to it. Mm-hmm. And it keeps its freshness. And we're going to turn off the heat. And we're just going to puree it a little bit more. And we'll be good to go.
And what kind of pasta would you use?
I would use fresh linguine, penne, whatever your favorite type is. This sauce will go great with angel hair, thin pasta, thick pasta. It's really an all-purpose, nice, fresh sauce.
Wow, that's great, and it smells great. You out there in reader land can't smell it, but it's yummy. One, thank you so much, Chef, and we'll see you next month.
Alrighty, take care.
Bye-bye.